Hello, I'm Clicker and welcome back to Q&A Saturday. This is the Willy series where I answer your biggest questions regarding life, the universe, and of course Minecraft updates. And usually these questions come from the last week's Q&A, but given that so much news came out yesterday, not just the Minecraft Earth stuff, not just the Minecon Live stuff, but also a couple of other big things, I figured it makes sense to go through the biggest news by answering your questions, which I asked for on Twitter, starting with this first one, which comes in from Lemon Be Like Fruit. And yes, lemon really do be like a fruit, don't it? But yeah, they ask if there's any update on a cave update at all. Also love your videos, so thank you very much. But there is an update on the cave update, and it's not looking too great. So Helen Angel, one of the community managers for Minecraft, she confirmed that the next update, whatever the theme will be, it's definitely not going to be called the cave update. And this looks real bad for us, right? Because as you all do know, we made a pretty substantial bet, $1,000 on the next update, updating caves in some way. So it's not looking great that even though everyone wants the next update to be a cave update, that's literally the big thing, right? Like 1.15, make it the cave update. It's not going to be called the cave update. However, we do know the update theme is not being revealed for another 4 months, and they're going to be working on the concept during those 4 months. I imagine there's a good chance we see the theme be like, underground and pound update, or the mining and inclining update, because then you can make it an update about extreme hills as well. I do think that just because it's not called the cave update, it doesn't mean that caves aren't being updated. People want a cave update of some form, and it doesn't have to be the primary theme of the update. It doesn't even have to be the secondary theme of the update. As long as caves are updated, then one, we'll be happy, and two, then I won't lose the bet, which is a nice little secondary side effect, because again, I would prefer we see some caves updated in Minecraft. That is the rules of the bet, and that is something I'm keeping my eye on. I'm a little bit more cautious now, but yeah, updates in a cave update, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, especially not for my wallet. But with that said, let's move into the second question, which comes in from Steve, 10 years off MC, then a pickaxe and a diamond, because he's mining diamonds all the time in those 10 years of Minecraft. But he asks, isn't it perfect timing that Minecraft beat Tetris and is now the best-selling game of all time at the time of its anniversary? And oh yeah, if you don't know, Minecraft, as of yesterday, they published the newest numbers, and it seems as though Minecraft is now the best-selling game of all time. It's officially passed Tetris. It now has sold 6 million more copies than Tetris, and the story that most gaming news sites seem to be publishing is that, on Minecraft's 10-year birthday, it passes Tetris, becomes the most sold game of all time. This isn't actually perfectly accurate, because Minecraft does not keep their sales figures public. They keep their Java figures public, but for the Pocket Edition, for Bedrock, for all of these different versions, it's all actually private info, and they release those numbers roughly once a year. So they decided to release these numbers on their birthday, and that tells me that Minecraft has been the most sold game of all time, the best-selling game ever, for not just, yesterday and today, but I think it's happened for at least a couple of months now, because Minecraft sells, at least 1 million copies a month, sometimes a bit more, but that means that I think somewhere near the start of this year is when Minecraft beat Tetris, and we only just learned about it recently. But yeah, let's just take a moment to say, holy god, Minecraft has not only now sold more copies than any other, major game that's not from this century, it was the most sold game of the 21st century, now it's the most sold game ever of all time. If any video game property that has ever, released, it is the best-selling game, and it's only been out for 10 years. That is absurd. I do have to wonder how much bigger it can go, because think about it, if it's sold, close to 200 million copies, how many more people that have a device it can run on are willing to pay for Minecraft, because, you need to have access to an app store of some form. There's only a limited market, right? I think they've literally sold as many copies as they can, which is maybe part of why they're announcing stuff like Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft Earth. And speaking of Minecraft Earth, the next question comes in from Let's Go Nathan, Sora for Smash, no, not Sora for Smash, Steve for Smash, jeez, but he asks, do you think Minecraft Earth will be as big as Pokemon Go? And the simple answer to this question is probably right. So here's the thing about Pokemon Go, right, and to a lesser extent Ingress. Ingress isn't that big, but some people play it, and if you do, that's kind of cool. I think that Minecraft Earth has a much bigger potential than those games, because one, again, it's very easy to let everyone know about it. Over 100 million of the copies which have been sold so far have been sold on mobile devices, so it's easy to be like, oh yeah, here's a brand new app, it's free, go download it, go check it out, go mine some dirt, whatever. It's easy to get people to convert over, unlike Pokemon, which is naturally on Game Boys and 3DSs. So it's a brand new, paradigm of Pokemon versus it's kind of just a new thing for Minecraft. And I think Minecraft already, with just what they're talking about already has more gameplay potential than Pokemon does. Although Pokemon is really working on it, Pokemon Go launched with next to nothing, and it was still a massive hit. Imagine if Minecraft Earth is actually a game you'd like to play when it first comes out. That would be amazing, right? So yeah, if Minecraft Earth has any repeatable gameplay that actually has, meaningful end actions, I think it will definitely eclipse Pokemon Go, and I think it might be one of the biggest mobile games of all time, but that's just my opinion. I guess that's what the point in this Q&A is, though. But let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Kyla, who asks, do you think that this AR game will have all of the blocks/mobs from normal Minecraft? Or, since it's a different game, those will be different or limited? So first of all, I feel like we need to point this one out. Kyla is, I believe, the first purchaser of the Toy Cat Stare mug, so this is the most ridiculous piece of merch I've designed. It just accidentally happened, but it's a thing that technically exists on the streamlabs.com/toycat page. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that because it's kind of funny. But let's talk about the actual question, which is, do you think every block or mob from regular Minecraft will make their way into this, or will it be a whole separate subsection? And I have to imagine that they want to put all the blocks in there. I can't imagine they'll all be in there at launch, though, because Minecraft has an absurd number of different blocks, and even keeping track of how much of those you have, if they're collectibles, might be a little tricky. But we do know there's a decent variety available from scratch, and if I had to guess here, if Minecraft Earth does take off, and even if it doesn't as a way to make it take off, I think every single time a big update releases for the Bedrock Edition, I think they'll also release those brand new blocks into the the Minecraft Earth AR game. I think that's probably what we'll see. I think that'd be a clever crossover promotion. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. But let's move into the next question in the meantime, which comes in from TMC, who says, do you think that you'll be able to import builds from regular Minecraft to Minecraft Earth? And actually, I would say almost certainly not. 99.999999999% you won't be able to do that, because the idea of Minecraft Earth is you've got to go collect the resources for your house. It's like survival, but survival in the real world, where you have to go out and collect those survival blocks. It's a really fun idea for that mechanic. If you could import your builds, it would defeat the point. However, something I think that might be possible is importing your Minecraft Earth builds into Minecraft the regular game. And I think this because I haven't seen anyone point this out yet, but the structure block in Minecraft Bedrock, if you don't know, it doesn't work like the Java structure block. In fact, it doesn't work at all, except on Windows 10, where it allows you to kind of import and make like 3D versions of your world, which looks suspiciously like the plates we're seeing in Minecraft, Earth. It looks suspiciously similar, and it was added to the game roughly at the same time that Minecraft Earth, the VR HoloLens thing, was demoed about a couple of years ago. So it seems to me like maybe there's some link to that, where eventually we'll be able to take our Minecraft plates and import them into our regular Minecraft Bedrock world. So yeah, that's a thing that I have my suspicions about. It probably isn't going to be announced for quite some time, because I imagine they want to get the game up and running first, but that's something I think we can count on happening eventually, because it would be cool to explore your Minecraft Earth worlds in a real Minecraft environment as opposed to how it is now. I have to imagine they do some crossover stuff, and that could make it a really big deal, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. But speaking of things we have to wait and see about, let's move into the next question, which is in from XXLinkZ. You know, you have too many X's and Z's in your name. You've got one of those names where you're just like, you know what, it's cool, the last letters of the alphabet, you know, A, B, C, screw those, I'm not about A's, I'm all about Z's and X's and Y's. And I just think that's a problem, Mr. Linksy. Is that Linksys or is that Link? You know, whatever. So a person with an indistinguishable name says, when will the PS4 Village and Pillage update come out? Is it taking so long because it will have the cave update? So here's the deal, Village and Pillage. I'm almost certain the next update will come out and will be the equivalent of 1.11 for Bedrock. The update that we've had on Bedrock for a couple of weeks will come to the PlayStation 4 edition. And I think the only reason that there's the little delay that there is right now is because obviously like 4J has to bug fix. Maybe something's gone a bit wrong there, or maybe they released it as, they're ready to do it a while ago, but certification's taking a while. I would say that next Tuesday is very likely. I would say sometime next week is very likely. I think it's very, very, very soon. And yeah, if I had to guess a day, I would say next Tuesday, but who knows for sure? Let's find out on the day. But for now, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Logs. Nice name, by the way, Logs. But they say, why can I never get featured in a YouTube's Q&A, even when I do something meta, like asking why I'm not in a Q&A to get in the Q&A? P.S. If you spot my father, please alert him of his whereabouts. The milk would have ran out of date by now, and haha, good joke about your father being absent. I mean, I can tell your father clearly was absent because you're leaving questions like this in response to my tweets, but let's answer the thing of like, so why am I not in the Q&A? And I think the simple answer is because there's a lot of questions, and you're not always going to get picked. I've even had like friends of mine ask me personally, like, so why wasn't my message in the Q&A? And it's like, I picked them based on what would be interesting to talk about, in my opinion, as I take the question. It's not based on, do I like you? It's not based on, are you a good person? Do you deserve this? It's none of that. It's just, I'm answering questions. It's the same with live stream chat, and I just want to put it out there right now that I'm sorry if I don't answer your live stream chat message. I'm sorry if I don't answer your question. I think most people understand, like, oh yeah, you're never going to get around to all of them all the time. All it is just like, yeah, there's a lot of questions, and there's only one toy cat, and until we work out cloning, I cannot answer your Q&A, unless you ask me about how to get in a Q&A, about how to get in your Q&A, whatever. Apparently this one worked, but just ask good questions, and that's how you get in here. Ask questions you think would have an interesting answer to people who aren't yourself, and then you'll get there, like this next guy who's called Official Trelon Musk, and nice name, by the way, who says, what do you think about the fact that they class Minecon as a big secret announcement thing? We already knew it would come. And of course, we already knew there was going to be a Minecon 2019. They basically teased it at the end of the last one, like, we're going to start working on this already. I think calling that one of the two announcements was probably bad, PR. But I think what really, in reality it was, is they were originally planning to do like a 10-year big event. Something clearly went wrong, right? And they decided like, okay, we're going to do just announcements on the website, and it's going to be, here's the brand new game. It's exciting, we're hyped. But then they realized they'd have to explain why, if they're calling this Minecraft Earth, Minecon Earth is not Minecon Earth anymore, it's going to be called Minecon Live. Then they figured rather than just announcing it's a name change as a little secondary thing, they figured why not announce as a whole big own thing? And I'm assuming that's what maybe happened here. Yeah, calling Minecon Earth a big announcement on the same level as Minecraft Earth, what did I call it? I just got them mixed up. But calling the Minecon thing the same level as any Minecraft thing, it doesn't really feel particularly right. And yeah, it feels like everyone was hyped like, oh, it could have been the Render Dragon. There's so many big things that we know are just about to be announced, and then for it to be like, oh, it's Minecon in 4 months in the same format that we've always known. Oh, okay then. I mean, like, knowing there's going to be a buy-in vote was cool, but it did seem a bit, it felt like they missed the beat and the pacing of that. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I would love to be wrong. I mean, in general. But yeah, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Trenton Redacted, who says, LP on Marketplace when? So my Let's Play world, it's something I wanted to put on the Marketplace for a while now. I let everyone know about it last year, but honestly, it's just been in, basically, let's just call it the legality hell, right? Like, the honest thing is the Minecraft store is really tricky to get content up on. Like, there are some YouTubers who clearly have a contact inside Microsoft and like they get some special preferential treatment. However, if any like normal person wants to put a map on the marketplace, you need to find an existing marketplace partner. They have to work out what they're going to do for you. They're probably going to take some cut of your money, and then after you've gone through that, then you've got to work out exactly when, why, etc. There's a whole bunch of certification processes, but I'm just currently stuck in the legal processes of it all because again, like it's a whole nightmare, the amount of hoops you've got to jump through, and I've been just jumping through them one by one. I was hoping that we'd have like the map finished and like for episode 400, but again, like the legal like block holes, like they seem to last like 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and then there's another one and another few weeks, and it's an endless back and forth. But again, that's just it's part of the process. Hopefully you appreciate when the map goes up that there's, as well as the thousands or tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands by now, I don't know the time, but as well as the tens of thousands of hours we put into making that survival map, it'd also be like, oh yeah, and also as well as being the only survival made map on the marketplace, I believe that's my intention when this comes out. It'd also be like, oh yeah, and I also had to do a bunch of internal legal jumping, and that might be fun. Maybe it's not, but we'll kind of wait and see on that. So that's the answer to your question. LP on Marketplace soon. TM, I guess, is the answer. So let's move into the final question today, which comes in from Gravel, or at a block of Gravel, who asks, why do you hate me? And I hate you because you're just so absurdly ugly. Like, okay, here's the thing, right? Some things are allowed to be ugly because they're beautiful on the inside. Gravel is just as ugly all the way through. It's literally just a block made of lots of individual things that are all absurdly ugly by themselves and just make this big block of ugliness hate. And, here's the thing, right? What uses are there for gravel? There are none. It's a block that exists everywhere in your world. You need it once in your Minecraft run so you can go to the end. Except that even then, if you want to go to the Nether and make a flint still, you need to break gravel roughly 10 times. It's a 10% chance. Sometimes you do it 50 times and it doesn't go anywhere. Sometimes you do it 1 time and it works. It's random, it's useless, it's not used for any real build, and it's so ugly. That's why I hate you, because you're all those things, Gravel. But yeah, with that said, I hope you did all enjoy this week's Q&A. Hope you all enjoyed seeing the Battle Royale footage in the background. It was, just some fun stuff to play in my opinion. I was really impressed that this last game ended up with literally half a heart deciding it. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this week's Q&A. Leave some questions down below, because I think we're doing and Saturday next week, right, where there's no questions or answers. I don't know how that's going to work in the slightest, but I guess we'll find out next week for everyone's favorite series and Saturday. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, because I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.